ties here. Um, so, as many of you might know, I am a Dutch national. I was born in the Netherlands. I've been living in the US since 2003. So, more than half of my life I've lived here in the US. I'm still a Dutch citizen. And for that reason, 2 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco to renew my passport because that's where the one of the Dutch consulates in the U.S. is located, and I had never been to California, so I figured I'd go to the consulate in San Francisco. It was 2 weeks ago now to renew my Dutch passport. A lot has changed in those last 2 weeks, especially this week. I didn't really want to. So the idea was that I wanted to make a video about my trip to San Francisco. I went to a show. I went to the Amoeba. There was only a record store I ended up going to. Found some things I was going to show. I was going to show some clips from the show, but then, this is the few days after the election that I'm recording this, and a lot of thoughts, a lot of frustration, lots of concern, really. As an immigrant myself, I think I'll be fine. I don't mean to make it this over dramatized either, but I'm a white man living in America, so I think I'll be fine. My daughter is half white, half Hispanic. She was born in the U.S. She is 13 years old, and it's been difficult explaining to her why things are happening in the U.S. the way they are. I didn't move here because I needed to. I wasn't escaping anything. I wasn't escaping a bad situation at home. I came here by choice. But there's many people out here in the U.S. today that came here to escape from something, escape from some really bad situations, try to make a better life. And it's a very scary situation that they're going to be in now. My girlfriend is a teacher. She teaches English as a second language at elementary school, and she has a lot of scared kids in the classroom too. Because most of her kids that she teaches are immigrants. So it's I kind of wanted to tie this into why I joined the vinyl community. Is I'm not the most eloquent speaker. But I really love music. I really love music that is different, that is out of the norm, that is not mainstream. And I think that kind of ties into, and I'm not even that politically inclined. But I don't think this is about politics anymore. This is about human decency, or lack thereof. It's just, I'm still kind of overwhelmed by what happened and how it could happen. And this is, I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, you know, I respect your opinion, but this is, like I said, this is not about politics anymore. This is about just common human decency, or lack thereof, and respecting one another. If not respect, at least tolerate one another. And I think that's going to be tricky for the next 4 years. So yeah, so I kind of wanted to tie this in as to why I joined the vinyl community, which it's been like 2 years now. About I've watched before that, but I've joined 2 years ago. It's because it is a community. It's in the name. And in general, it's a very positive community, you know. Especially music I'm into, that area of the community, the more experimental, avant-garde, out there music, the people I've connected with over the years, it's all very positive. It's kindness. It's been a very positive experience for me. And you know, I've always kind of felt isolated. With the music I liked, because people I hang out with on a day-to-day basis, or you know, friends, family, don't get it. So it's really nice to find this group of people, even though it's online, and some I've met in person now, that have this common thread of the love of music and the love of physical media, in particular vinyl records. So yeah, I just hope that you know, everyone, like I said, I've wanted to make this video about San Francisco for days now, and I just haven't found I just haven't found the will to do it. But I figured I just need to push it out and just do it. So and the music I listen to, you know, it's on the more experimental side, avant-garde, out there for the most part, because it's challenging. It's different. It is different from the norm. It is it makes you look outside of the norm, and I think that's what we as a people, not just in the U.S. either. I mean, Europe has there's some extreme right movements going on as well, and you know, that's really what I can speak about Europe and the Americas. I'm not too familiar with North America. I'm not super familiar with different regions or countries' politics, but it's so important to think outside of the box, to at least attempt to listen to different voices, be it musically, be it speaking, be it anything. That's, I think, how you can stay open and connected with each other. So, yeah.
Riding tips. This experience may feel futuristic, but the need to buckle up is the same as always. So keep your seatbelt fastened, please. If you're traveling with little ones.
So as I got to San Francisco, I looked up shows in the area that were happening in the days I was there, and I landed on some website that I don't remember. And on the third page, I saw Will Guthrie playing with, but not playing with, but on the same bill as Jaap Blonk, Will Guthrie is a Australian percussionist drummer I have a few records of, which I'll be showing actually. So this is Will Guthrie with James Rushford, The Real World. Debut duo release from renowned Australian artists Will Guthrie and James Rushford. Two of contemporary's experimental music's most individual voices. This is the record. It's they're playing organ, piano, drum, percussion, synthesizers, tapes, microphones, and field recordings. This came out a few years back on Black Truffle from Australia. This is one of the records he's on, and he's also on. This is where I think I first learned about him. This came out 2 years ago. I can never remember the name of this. Oh, Ensemble Nisna, Elders. This is an ensemble, a gamelan percussion ensemble led by Will Guthrie. I don't really know anyone else mentioned in the lineup. This is very, well, gamelan heavy. Also on Black Truffle. Great record. So the bill was Jaap Blonk with Will Guthrie. And Jaap Blonk played with this local to the Bay Area band, Monopiece. Monopiece is a trio of guitar player, percussionist, and electronics. Their names are Nathan Corder on electronics, Matt Robidoux on guitar, and Timothy Russell on percussion. I don't know anything else they've done. And then on this record, Jaap Blonk, the Dutch voice artist, sound artist, joins on voice and electronics. So the show was at the Lab, which is it seems like an experimental little area where they host shows, art shows, music shows. Turn up was not great. There were maybe 25 people there, 25, 30 people. I did get to meet Jaap Blonk and talk to him in Dutch, which was, even though I understand Dutch perfectly still, speaking it is can be tricky for me sometimes, because with my family I speak a local dialect when I speak to them. So I got to meet him at the merch booth. He was selling a lot of CDs and books. He writes as well, art books. And I bought a CD of him. This is Monopiece with Jaap Blonk. I think it's self-titled. Came out on Clean Feed in 2019. And he's touring the US. He was touring the US. The first two shows were in the Bay Area. I think all were with Monopiece. And then he was doing solo shows after, which I found out after the show, which is funny because he also came to Colorado. He did 3 shows in Colorado last weekend, and I planned to go to at least one of them, but I couldn't make it. It just didn't work out time-wise for me. So, but at least I got to see him in San Francisco, which is a really good show, as you can see in the clips, which I have put before this or after this. experimental, very, I don't think there was a guitar at the show actually. It was, oh, he signed it too for me, which was nice of him. I don't think it was a guitar. I think the person playing the guitar on this record actually played electronics. So maybe he had like a slide guitar set up. I couldn't, he was in the back, so I couldn't quite tell. So they started the show. And then afterwards was Will Guthrie. I thought it was like an opening band, main band situation, but Will Guthrie actually played like a lot shorter set than these guys did. So good set though. Will Guthrie played for about 40 minutes, solo percussion. He had like a drum set up with a few, I guess, gongs, bells. Very enjoyable. The day after, I went to Amoeba. So at Amoeba, like this was not a record store trip, so I was hoping to go to at least, you know, a handful, but I only ended up at Amoeba because it was in the area where we were hanging out on that day in Haight Street, and it was cool to be there. I flipped through the new arrivals first, and then I was looking for the avant-garde section, and they actually had a whole experimental aisle of like 4, 5, 6 bins. So it was very, very cool. I picked up a few things. No grills, nothing major, mostly cheap heat, honestly. But I traveled there with a backpack, so I had them shipped it back to me, and I got them earlier this week, and listened to them, and yeah, I'll show them now. So first one, Elliott Sharp from '87 on SST. This is avant noise rock, I would say, some folk in there, in the land of the Yahoos. This is actually one of the few I haven't listened to yet. That's the whole lineup there. This is the only one I have. No, there's 2 I haven't heard yet. But looking forward, because I have a few records by him that I like. This I didn't know, but it looks like it might be, it's part of the Vinyl on Demand reissues. This is Mongo Alliance, Goth Mongo Alliance, and In Your Mania. This is also noise ambient, dark ambient. It's numbered. I got 13 out of 199. There's 2 editions I found. These are all kind of, I'm gonna call these deaf buys, because blind buys doesn't make sense to me. Deaf buys, because I'm buying them based on the way what I see, but I haven't heard them. So deaf buys. I think that's the hill I'm gonna die on. It comes with a booklet. It has lyrics. It has the discography. It has some photos. This is again one I haven't heard yet, but I've sampled it since, and I think it's gonna be a good one. There we go. these I've heard. Picked up Finis Africae, Amazonia. This is the Japanese reissue that came out, I don't know, a few years back now, 2016, on EM, originally on Musica Sin Fin in the 70s, 80s maybe? Probably 80s. This is, you know, ambient, fourth world, very, it's good, it's good. So Finis Africae, Amazonia. Then another deaf by Curver Sjö, Icelandic artist or band. The cover just struck me. I mean, all of these were like, I think $15 or less. Like this one was probably like $7. This is also numbered, number 2 out of 77. This I did a Google Translate on the inner sleeve, on the inner, and it's basically a homage or obsession with the number 7, which is why it's edition of 77. The song titles are all 7 days of the week in Icelandic. This is avant noise, avant rock. It has some jazzy elements to it. This is quite enjoyable. It's a little strange because the record has like quiet spaces between songs that go on for like a few minutes. Some. I'm not sure you can see it. Yeah. So you can probably see that there. Those quiet spaces in between songs. If you put it really, really loud, you can hear some voices, but there's no music. Icelandic voices. So yeah, I'm not sure what the purpose of that was. So this band or this artist is Curver. At the time, he went by the name Birgir Orn Thordsson. Right here. But I believe he's since changed his name. Well, not officially, because in Iceland there are only a certain amount of allowed names. But he changed his name publicly as he wants to be referred to as Curver Thordsson. I think the reason was that C is not a letter in the Icelandic alphabet, so I thought it was kind of interesting. Then I picked up a Dutch artist, Herman de Vries. This is field recordings, the music of Sound 3, Humane Vitae, and Natura Artist Magistra 1 and 2 on the B side. This is a Dutch sound artist, a Dutch field recordings artist. This is part of the Slow Scan. And yeah, so the first side is a recording of him at a busy traffic stop in Arnhem, the Netherlands in the 64. And basically just capturing the sounds that are, you know, cars, lights, honking, people walking by, biking by. And then the second, the B-side is 2 tracks of nature, recorded in 62 in Schaarsbergen, also in Holland, in, at the edge of a forest. And it's all in Dutch, but I think the inner has an English explanation. This is the tape it was recorded on. Yeah, it says it all. It's 2018, by the way. So you can pause it there if you want to read more on it. Again, another blind/deaf by. And then lastly, this at sea. I don't know how I learned of this, but this is Kark. the Hermit 14. This came out in 97, 98 maybe. This is jazz, free, very free jazz. The B side is absolutely mind-blowing. I'll put a little sample here. Absolutely mind-blowing. No one in the band that I know of. I think there's an inner here. It's just art. Yeah, no, I don't know anyone in this band, but I think I've heard this. I don't know. This cover was very familiar to me. A side is good too, but the B side is it's one track basically, and it just rips. So yeah, those are my pickups. Thanks for watching, and more than ever, I hope everyone stays safe out there and is doing well. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.